And hello there, everybody. Welcome. We're back after being away for a little bit. It's August 1st. It's episode 219, if I
Happy
remember
219.
correctly. So we had lots happening over the past few weeks, so we weren't able to
Apparently.
be here. We had, of course, our Ravenwood Music Festival and, a few other things happening on the weekend. And Paul was off traveling in Alaska with the bears and the whales and
went to Alaska.
and the
Not
seals
to
and all that
Winnipeg,
kind of
but to
stuff.
Alaska.
Yeah, so we have been away for a little bit, but we're back. Here it is, episode 219 of the Podlie podcast. We also have a different background today, just so you noticed. If you're probably going, where's your big Podlie banner? Well, today it's kind of a circus theme, I guess.
Today we give way to the circus theme.
It's a
Yeah.
costume change, is what it is.
Great.
Just for
costume.
today, we changed up.
We're a bunch of animals, anyways, gentlemen.
So, boy, let me tell you, 2019.
219.
Yeah, we've been slacking off a lot.
We
I
have
would say.
been the
Yeah.
past little while. Yeah. I just noticed too.
Life gets busy, baby.
Our producer gave us these little palm trees. I guess they are.
Hoping for sun there, my friends. Hoping for sun.
Okay, but they're red. I don't know any palm trees that are red. What kind of a cheap system is this?
Maybe
Hoping
it's some
for
different-
gamma rays.
type of palm tree.
Yeah, it's irradiated palm trees.
Irradiated,
Well, don't be
yeah,
touching it. then.
irradiated palm trees. Yeah.
Irradiated
Yeah.
palm trees.
Don't be touching it. So, having said all of that, so today we thought we would talk a little bit about, we're now into August and, fall's coming up. School's going to be back in a while. And like I said, talk about maybe some of this crazy weather and how it's been affecting events throughout the city and that kind of thing. So we'll get to that shortly, but I guess we'll start with Mr. Limpalong Cliff here, as seems to have a bit of
Limp along.
a knee issue.
Mr. Limp along.
He's been limping around here this morning. How's your past few weeks been, other than now you got a bad knee?
Other than I got a bad knee, not bad. Busy as heck. It's just been absolutely crazy, crazy busy. And yeah, I don't even know what I did to my knee. I twisted it or something. Like I was telling you guys off thing. I even did like a 9-hole walk. I walked, the back 9 of Victoria. I'm fine, but it just seems to persist.
Mhm.
And I don't know. Perhaps it's because I think I'm 30 still or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I tend to overdo it a little bit. Not a bad thing.
Mhm.
And then, like I was saying, even a couple of days ago, I went for like almost a 9-kilometer walk on pavement. Perhaps I should have done it on grass. I don't know. But a 9-kilometer walk on pavement. And I got back and I'm like, no, knee feels pretty good.
Mhm.
A couple of days later, not
Yeah,
so
it feels
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way she blows.
That's
Like,
the way it
for
is. Yeah.
sure.
So yeah, other than that, pretty status quo. I mean, Ravenwood was awesome.
Ravenwood
The festival was awesome.
Was good, and we'll get to that, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. and
Yeah,
kind
because
of
I
how the
need
weather affected us.
deets on Ravenwood. I need
And,
deets.
of course, you, Mr. Paul, you've been away. So,
I'm not going to Alaska. I went to Alaska. So it was fantastic. 3 weeks, northern BC and Alaska. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh,
Yeah, well,
my.
yeah.
7 bears.
they had lions in Alaska?
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Wow.
Listen, if you can have
saw,
red palm trees, you can have lions in Alaska. Okay.
saw a bunch of foxes. We went.
You
did
saw
a-
me?
Saw some foxes,
Foxes.
some red foxes,
Oh,
baby.
I
Which
thought
is kind of funny.
I was just gonna say I was not in Alaska.
Saw some
Wow.
red foxes with hair. With hair.
They weren't the bald.
They were not
foxes.
bald red
It was
foxes.
not bald red fox.
Saw orcas, saw baleen whales.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
Baleen
yeah.
whales.
Baleen whales,
Wow.
baby. Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool.
Are they
fantastic.
bailing the water?
I will tell you one thing about Alaska. Alaska's fantastic. A couple of things about Alaska. If you're going to Alaska via a road trip, which I do recommend, the roads are shite
Oh yeah.
with all of the frost heaves
Right,
and
right,
stuff.
right.
Some of the highways we were doing 20. No word of a lie, you guys. We were doing 20 kilometers an hour, no more, for about 80 kilometers
Wow.
at
Driving in
points.
slow motion.
And that's what it was, Bill. We were almost driving in reverse.
Mhm.
And there's many patches of highway like that. Alaska Highway, top of the world highway,
Thompson
stuff like
Highway.
that. Another sort of observation: Alaska's very nice. Northern BC is better. It's beautiful. You guys, if you want to take
How far north did you go, BC?
Well, I can't remember the name of the border crossing,
Okay.
but it started at Dawson Creek and then
Yeah.
went further north. We did little towns, Watson Lake, BC, and then entered Alaska through there. I can't remember the name of the
I
border
used to do
crossing.
that run when I was in technical sales. Used
Oh,
to
did
go,
you? Did you?
Dawson, yeah, Dawson Creek and Taylor and all these
Yeah.
places up north.
Yeah.
All the the sawmills and
Yeah.
and the leases
yeah.
and all type of stuff. You did quite a bit actually. I mean, it's a lonely road depending on the time you're driving.
I love that, Cliff.
It's crazy.
I loved it.
Yeah.
We saw a transecting, a traversing vehicle every half hour.
Yeah.
One every half hour is beautiful, you guys. Northern BC is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yukon is absolutely beautiful. Dawson City is now one of my favorite
I
cities.
really want to see Dawson City. I've never
Cliff,
seen
you got to
Dawson
go,
City.
baby. It is. I mean, they're faux storefronts.
Yeah.
As per the Klondike. But Dawson City has got such character, you guys. It's
Yeah.
one of my and I will tell you this because I've been to Athens, I've been to Istanbul, I've been to many places. Dawson City is one of my favorite cities in the world.
Nice.
I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought
I
it was
really want to
absolutely
see Dawson
amazing.
City. And now I see Istanbul too.
Yeah.
Or what used to be called Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Why did it
Istanbul of
change to
Constantinople.
why did they have to
What's that
change it to
song?
Istanbul?
Istanbul of Constantinople. Who does that track?
Can't remember who does that.
They might be Giants,
Yeah.
I think, does that.
William Kirkland, the man with the best handle. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
Love it.
Did you eat any like whale blubber or anything like that? Just for fun?
No. I have
Any
this
whale blubber?
I have this thing. So Arctic char is
yes.
amazing. It's wonderful. Eat Arctic char. We bought that in, I want to say, Whitehorse at a flea market. Had wonderful seafood chowder in Alaska, in Skagway. But other than that, no. We did go fishing one day. Bought a one-day fishing
Catch
license.
anything?
My dad did. My dad did. He caught I can't remember what it was, and then he caught
Hopefully a fish.
himself, and we had to go to emergency.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Minor, but yeah. So we visited an emergency room also in Dawson City, I think it was. But yeah, he just caught one fish, but it was great. Just to say you went fishing in Dawson City.
In Dawson City,
You know, it was unbelievable.
So were you out in a boat or were you just out in the?
No, just went to a river. Just went to a river. Did the
what fish like are we looking at?
grayling. It was grayling.
Oh,
We did
grayling.
grayling. You could just on that. We visited the salmon run in Whitehorse, but we were about 3 weeks too early to see the salmon run. But we did see the steps and stuff like that, which was great.
Have you ever seen a salmon run?
No,
That's
it's. I would have loved to
I
have
never
seen
quite
it.
understand why they call it
I've
a
never
salmon
seen a
run.
salmon run.
I would have
Like,
loved.
I'd be running for my life if you have a bear trying to eat you too. If the bears are out
Saw
there,
7 Bear, baby. That was one of my bucket list things. Saw 7 Bear.
but all at once.
Not all at once. Not all at once. That would have been fun. That would have been fun.
So what's up there? Black bears or grizzly bears or what?
Saw 6 black, 1 brown.
Wow.
6 black, 1 brown.
The blacks are not very big.
That
eh?
one brown guy probably
Backs-
felt out of place.
Blacks were not very
Not very
big.
big.
Browns are ever so slightly bigger, and I didn't see a grizzly.
Yeah, okay.
But interesting about the wildlife, with the exception obviously of the ocean and Alaska, is all the wildlife that we saw was this side of the Canadian American border. We
See any
didn't see-
Sasquatch? I heard there's Sasquatch.
We
in
did
Alaska.
not see. We went to what was the name of that restaurant? Sitting Sasquatch Restaurant in Alaska.
Oh, wow.
That's where I had my seafood chowder. It was unbelievable. It was so good. Oh, so
That's right, William.
good. So good.
Bombay is
So-
now called Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Yeah, that is the name indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it was.
That was unbelievable. It
and
was
RV ran well. No mechanical issues. Or
no
anything like
mechanical
that?
issues. It rides really well. I did most of the driving, which I really wanted to do. A, to give my dad a rest. B, to say I've driven in Alaska and
Yeah.
Yukon and stuff like that.
And there's something about driving, right? I mean, earlier on, off camera, you mentioned how you were in your own mind. That's one of the brilliant things about driving.
What I did is in Whitehorse and then again in Skagway, Alaska. I bought 2 CDs from 2 local artists,
Nice.
and I popped it into the CD player in the RV, and I just drove, baby. And it was, and to your point, just I was in my own little world. It was
In your own
unbelievable. It was
world,
great.
yeah.
I
No,
loved
I
it.
love that
I
stuff.
loved it. It was incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Got to be done. Bucket list. It was a bucket list thing for me. Yeah, I highly recommend it. But if you can't get as far as BC, go to northern. If you can't get as far as Alaska, go to northern.
Yeah,
BC.
northern
It's
BC is beautiful, no
Beautiful.
doubt about it. All of BC is beautiful. I don't know any part of
Yeah.
BC that's
Exactly.
not beautiful.
Exactly,
you know?
100%.
So I mean, other than perhaps Taylor itself, when you go down into the town itself, I don't know what it's like anymore, but back then, yeah, pollution city, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. So what about you, Bill?
Just busy. Like you mentioned, Cliff, we had our Ravenwood Music Festival, which went really well this year. We also had 2 weather stoppages, as you know.
How did those go?
Which, well,
Really
first
seriously awesome.
first time that we've ever had it happen.
Mhm.
So it's the first time we've
Mhm.
ever had to evacuate the site per se. But a lot of people went and stood in the big tents and stuff at the back and things like that.
Or they would have just
Uh,
potentially
or they
waited in their
left,
cars, would they not have?
Right, they went up to the parking lot, so we sent Cliff up to the parking lot, telling people don't leave because
Parking lot attendant.
we knew we might
Yeah.
be coming back. And again, it was up to our production. This is on the Friday night, and of course, a lot of people were there to see Ahead by a Century,
Yeah.
and so Cliff was up in the parking lot telling people not to leave. 'cause
It's
we were
quite funny, actually.
waiting to see, because we had to, of course, kill Pushing Ginger 3 sets into their set, or 3 songs into their set. So they hadn't even got near their full 90-minute set that they were going to play.
Yeah.
So we had
Yeah.
time. So we were really watching the weather, and the FOH production guys this year were absolutely amazing. Great crew. The sound was amazing.
Oh, I love FOH. They're great.
A lot of
Mike
these
showed
guys-
up. Was Mike there?
No, Mike was there a couple times, but he was doing. They were doing 2 other festivals. But the crew that they set this year was just amazing.
Oh,
With
just a
Jacob
great
and
crew,
Scott.
right?
Is that right? Eh?
Just a great
The
crew.
sound was amazing, and
Mike Bradshaw, I miss you, by the way.
everything was really
He's not
good.
listening.
I don't think he's watching. He's probably doing a show somewhere. But anyway,
Yeah.
they, of course, they monitor everything. So I rely on what they tell me. They've got lightning apps and stuff
Mhm.
they're monitoring.
Mhm.
And so on Friday night when it came in, and it came in really quick, and as I
That was
mentioned
fast.
off air, I looked up above the stage and saw this cloud
Is that right?
started
Eh?
to spin. And then it was like probably a minute after Jacob from the FOH team says, "Bill, you got to cut it." And so I ran out to the front of the stage and told Pushing Ginger to stop. And we got on the mic and got everybody to start picking their stuff up, and asked them to, in an orderly way, leave the field and
Mhm.
find a place to kind of shelter in place and
Mhm.
be safe.
You know, Paulie, one of the advantages of shoving everybody from a storm into a tent,
Mhm.
a whole bunch of people went and said hi to Haley.
Yeah, we had our biggest
And our
bar nights.
The
we've
biggest
ever
bar
had.
night ever.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. If
So-
I'm gonna get wet, I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
soaked in
I'm gonna
alcohol,
get
baby.
soaked in
I
alcohol.
love it.
And
So it was so funny,
We had our
everybody
biggest
went there.
bar nights, and so the storm came through on the Friday night. Ended up clearing up. The lightning went away far enough that our production team says, "Yeah, we can go." And of course, the lucky thing is we always pre-sound check our headliner in the afternoon, so they'd already been sound checked. So it was more just getting them up there
Just
and
get
getting them
up there,
set. And we actually started them a bit early. They were supposed to be on at 9:30. We got them up a bit early. The crowd all came back, so Cliff was running around telling everybody to head back to the site.
Yeah.
As Laura said, Ravenwood, she sat in her van with 3 other volunteers.
Hi,
during the
Laura.
storm.
Good. Cool. Love
But
it.
everybody came back. The field was full. Everybody had a blast.
Yeah.
And then Saturday we had to do it all over again. So we got
Yeah.
going, and Jed and the Valentine was playing. I can't remember if they were 20 minutes into their
Yeah.
set or half an hour.
Yeah.
We had to cut them, and then we had to go into delay. And that, I don't know about you guys, and our producer, of course, James was there. If the Saturday was a little worse because the wind came in so strong.
I think Saturday was
on
worse.
Saturday.
And you guys told me it came in like a lion. Like I just came in really quick.
just like that. Like there was nothing, and then boom.
Yeah. We actually
And
thought it was gonna go,
we were watching radar.
we were
We thought it was
watching
going to
radar.
pass us.
Yeah.
But
it just, I don't know, it just changed direction and it came in so fast. Like
Yeah.
that's unbelievable how fast it came.
It just reminds me of a show that I went to, an outdoor gig 3-ish years ago, 4-ish years ago at Central Edmonton, and it came in so bloody fast, and I got knocked over by a fence.
Mhm.
I got knocked over by one of those construction
Yeah.
fences, and it's all plastic, but the sections aren't. They
Yeah.
were, and I got hurt in a minor way. First aid came and yada yada yada, but it came in like that. Like you had no idea.
Yeah.
Well,
you
it
know.
affected us on the Friday, and it also affected Art Walk, which was happening on Ave.
Art
Oh,
Walk
did
got
it? Did it?
decimated.
They
Did
got
it?
tents that got
Is that
destroyed.
Art Walk
true?
got
Yeah.
decimated.
That's one of my
Uh,
favorite shows of the summer. I love.
Captain Tractor
that
was
makes me
doing a show
sad.
at the Varscona actually, and power went out in the middle of their show.
Yeah.
No way.
But the Saturday, so we got through it again, and everybody came back, which was great. We got the rest of all of our acts on the rest of the day, and we had Saturday night was a bigger bar night than Friday night, and we were open, and we did way more at the bar even on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think man, what a festival like that. These are our best numbers, right?
yeah, it was good.
That's our best numbers.
It was good that everybody came, because when you have an evacuation, of course you don't know, are people just going to go home and say, well, I'm not going to come?
Well, I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother.
Well,
You never know when you're going to start up again.
I went to the parking lot and threatened people. I'm like, dude,
you ain't going nowhere.
No,
he's lying. He's lying right across on the road. You know.
I bet you I talked to 30 vehicles. I bet you
Good for you.
at least 30 vehicles.
Good for you.
Yep. But
Good
they
for
all
you.
came back, and
So we came
both
back.
days, and it ended up
So
going
the
really
bar.
well. So we did not have to cancel.
The bar, excellent segue, because the burning question that I have is, how many Ravenades did you have on my behalf?
I didn't have any this year, actually.
What?
Yeah, I
Didn't
had
you
a
have
couple
one?
of beer, but I didn't have one Ravenade this year.
How many Ravenades did you have on? Thank
Actually, no,
you.
that-
I
sorry,
appreciate
sorry.
that.
Actually, now that I think about it, that's a lie. I had one on Saturday.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah,
That is a lie. I did have one, a Ravenade on
Yeah.
Saturday.
We have
That was it.
we have a special audience member here today.
Yeah, we do. That's sitting over on the side here.
I appreciate that, because I miss the Ravenades. Haley, I miss the Ravenades.
Yeah, so they went well. Yeah, so the bar again did really well on the Saturday. So overall, yeah, the festival went really well,
Really well,
considering we had a couple of breaks, and we didn't have to cancel. You know, like I felt
Yeah.
bad for Beaumont; they had to cancel their
Yeah.
whole Saturday.
Yeah.
We didn't have to cancel. The summer games were in Sherwood Park the weekend
Yeah.
after, and that all went pretty good. I guess there was a couple of weather days, but went pretty good. And then the Highland Gathering, which was the weekend after ours, which I was there on the Saturday because I was asked to march in this dignitary parade they had for the grand opening. So I was there. Saturday was great. Wandered around, talked to a few of the vendors, and saw lots of kind of cool things and pipe bands and stuff. And then of course Saturday night, they have their Kaylee from 6 to 11. So they had a Celtic band they brought in from Saskatoon, which plays in their big tent. And it's like $20 a ticket or whatever, all ages event. So they do that. But about midway into the Saturday evening, we got hit with a humongous storm here. They had to evacuate, and their site got flattened.
Wait, so hang on.
they
This
had
is this is storm number 3 or storm number 4? I lost track.
This was like storm. Well, this is 3 weeks. So 2 weeks after us was the Highland Gathering on that weekend. And so they got flattened. They had to cancel the Sunday because it looked like a war zone. Like the tents were flattened.
Yeah, flattened.
There was tents up in the little bleachers that are there. Vendors lost their stuff. That got destroyed.
Yeah, I have a couple of vendors there, a couple of tent people there who
Yeah.
participate on my Facebook
Yeah,
page,
they'll-
and seeing the pictures of everything is quite staggering.
So
Yeah.
hang on a second. I've been gone for most of July, and I apologize. So what are we talking here? Are we talking there were a half a dozen
Oh, we had some major
storms
easily big
in the
storms
month?
with high winds, hail, rain,
High winds,
ton of rain,
hail, tornado
flooding.
warnings, most I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
flooding. Like the White Mud flooded numerous.
I
times.
heard that.
Yellowhead flooded.
I heard that.
Flooded down in the.
I heard
river
that.
Wasn't there a
valley.
sinkhole on 137?
Big sinkhole was huge. Yeah.
I
Sherwood
hadn't
Park.
heard that.
Sherwood Park.
Oh, we had
tons
lots of
of
flooding.
basements flooded.
Yeah,
tons.
we had lots of flooding
You
here.
gotta be kidding.
Tons
Uh,
of basements.
Yeah, like we were lucky. We haven't had any issues out on our acreage, but a lot of houses' basements were flooded. Streets were flooding.
Yeah.
There's pictures of cars on the White Mud underwater.
I did see that.
Like
I
it
did
was-
see that. Yeah.
So it's been a mess. And as of today, being this August 1st, Big Valley Jamboree's happening out in Camrose.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a warm day here. Also, an Edmonton Elks football game as well against
Tonight.
Saskatchewan. But
Yeah.
having said that, now they're saying that we might be in threat for a thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm tonight, starting around dinner time. So I feel bad again for Big Valley. Big Valley actually has their own weather person on site. That's
Oh,
there
yeah.
all the time.
That's their
to
Yeah,
monitor.
they've had for years, ever
Well,
since the stage
collapse,
since the
they've
stage.
been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So,
I think is just prudent of them to do. I think it's just the right thing to do.
yeah.
So that kind of opens up something for me, and I don't know if this is going to open up a topic conversation or not. But what do with the stage collapse? I think that was 2009. I want to say, I think that was 2009. With all of this year's mess with environment and with weather and with outdoor, what's the state of outdoor activities and concerts and events now?
Well, everything's still going. Like obviously, as you're mentioning off air, the Great Canadian Comedy Fest had to cancel their headliner.
They canceled altogether? Oh, no, just
no,
the headliner. Sorry.
their main
Yeah.
big headliner, because they couldn't get them on.
Was that the one by the high level bridge?
Yeah.
down in the
Yeah,
Oh,
States.
they did cancel the,
Oh, yeah.
the headliner?
They had to cancel because the weather was horrible.
Oh, I didn't know they
And
canceled
that's
the
the
headliner.
place
They had to
where the
evacuate.
fence fell on me,
Yeah,
Cliff.
they had to.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Evacuate the site. I heard Rock and Thunder, which is on the same weekend as ours, had 2 weather stoppages. Of course, K-Days got nailed a couple of times this year with huge storms. We had to evacuate the K-Days site. You could see, if you see video of that, of stuff blowing down the K-Days grounds, because the winds have been so strong, like the flattening of the Highland Gathering site. And
I saw
they've
that.
not said we've had any
I
tornadoes.
saw that. It
but
looked
the
like a
winds are
war
just so
zone, you
high.
guys. Looked like a war zone.
So it's
Yeah.
it's hurt a lot of
Yeah.
outdoor events this year. Taste of Edmonton got hit 2 or 3 times with major issues there. They kept going; they didn't cancel, but vendors did have their tents get messed up, and some of the food vendors had their stuff messed up, and but it's been ongoing.
I feel
all
like
month.
eating a blizzard right now.
Yeah, it's been all. So we don't know with these storms now,
Yeah, we don't
and they're
know.
coming in so quick. Like
I think
like
July's
Keith said.
been. I don't think I've witnessed the July quite like this.
Well, we've had like last I heard was like well over 400 millimeters of rain or something, and down south in Calgary they've had like 10 or 12 millimeters of rain,
Mhm.
and we've had well over 400.
Mhm.
So we've broken all records for the amount of.
I
rain
heard
that
we
we've
broke
got hit.
records in July. Yeah, I did hear that.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it has been bad. Down with Webster was canceled at K-Days. Yeah, they had to
Oh, I
cancel
wanted
a
to
couple of
see that
headlining
show.
acts at K-Days because of the weather. I heard that.
I heard again, just passing. I'm trying to catch up as we speak. I heard Post Malone for the Jelly Roll.
Yeah, that
Post
got
Malone
pulled.
was not happy.
yeah,
that
he changed his name now, to Postponed Malone.
postponed Malone. Postponed Malone.
Yeah,
I
he was
heard
only
he
like
was
3
not.
songs in. We
Yeah.
had one of our employees at the Briar Patch went with a friend of hers and their daughters, and she said, "Yeah, it was a zoo." Now they lucked out because apparently, like he came out on stage, which you probably all seen
Yeah.
the video,
Yeah.
as he was being told with one of the stage management guys who's out there with him, telling him we've got to shut down.
Mhm.
And so she said that they got out of their seats. They were in the lower bowl and decided, well, we're going to get out of our seats now and kind of head up,
Yeah.
just in case anything happens.
Just in case, yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, just
Yeah.
within minutes of them getting up, the announcements came up and they lit up the screens. Please shelter in place. Please evacuate the seats
No.
due to a storm.
Was there any major damage? Was there any harm? Was
Well,
there
this-
any
the-
injuries? Was there any
the,
what's the report? I haven't heard the post
There weren't any
concert report.
injuries, but a lot of the seating and stuff on ground level got flattened, so you can see it was all on the ground, and the stage got badly damaged, which is why they couldn't come back either. So apparently there was equipment damage to the
I
stage.
hadn't heard that.
But in the concourse, so anyway, our employee and her friend and the
Mhm.
daughters
Mhm.
realized when that all came up, they didn't even stay in the concourse. They kind of got out right away.
Mm.
But she said it was weird because as soon as they stepped outside, of course, the storm was hitting, like trees were falling, like things were falling outside. And then, of course, the concourse packed with
Mhm.
people. And you've been to Commonwealth, as I've all been to Commonwealth. You know what those concourses are like. So the water started coming in
Yeah.
under the stairs and people were getting drenched. And then they said like fights were breaking out.
Well, and it's not a
Everybody was-
wide. It's not a wide thoroughfare.
wide.
It's really narrow. Really
And,
narrow.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's the Post Malone.
Oh, I hadn't seen this, you guys.
There were fights happening in the concourse.
It's crazy.
So now people are saying they need to review what they had on for security and
Look
for
at that!
staff.
Look at that
Yeah.
wind!
Oh yeah, it came in. It was horrible.
Wow.
It was taking people 3 hours or more just to get home. Like people couldn't get Ubers. They were waiting for 2 hours or
No.
more to get Ubers. And like I said, the damage outside the stadium was a mess as well. And we've got more outdoor shows coming, right? We've got the Foo Fighters. We have AC/DC coming.
GNR.
Guns N' Roses coming to
Well,
Commonwealth.
them I hope we get rain.
Yeah. And so it's going to be, I don't know. It's scary doing an outdoor show.
So, what do organizers do? Like what? Like I
Well,
guess.
we were
I
lucky 'cause
guess.
we didn't have to cancel. So the Outdoor Comedy Fest had to offer refunds because it was the headliner that came on. So they were
Headliner, yeah.
giving Post Malone did refunds. So they refunded all the Post Malone show because I know our employees said they already got their refund
Oh, that's
for
good.
their tickets.
That's cool. That's
Um,
cool.
I don't know what Beaumont's doing. They still haven't announced yet because they had to cancel that whole day. I haven't heard if they're going to be able to offer if they're offering refunds or what. But
so what I saw, and again I'm catching up. What I saw from Beaumont is I saw they did they canceled, but then they had a show at a bar in Central Edmonton at the commercial. So is that a cancellation
or Blues on? Was it commercial?
I think
Blues on
Blues
White?
might have been Blues on White.
Blues on White. So they brought their headliners to Blues on White, which I heard was okay, but didn't work out great because people were told if you had tickets you could go.
Yeah.
But then I heard they were selling tickets for $20, but the venue only holds so many people. So if they had like 1,500 people that had tickets, and all decided to show up for the headliner, and now you can't get in.
Sure.
So I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened there, but
did it end up at the? I think you're right. I think it was on Blues on White. Did it end up being a sold out show? Did it?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just heard that it wasn't great because the way kind of the venue had it was a last minute thing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I don't understand why they were selling tickets for $20, given the fact that so many people were
already paid.
So I don't understand that part, right?
Yeah. So last I heard about them is I saw Jeremy, who runs Beaumont, was on Global Television this past week when Global did a little report talking about our horrible weather and how it's been affecting all of it. It wasn't just Beaumont, but they mentioned Beaumont. But they happened to have a clip with Jeremy. And he was outside somewhere. It was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And he was just saying that he doesn't. Right now, he's not thinking Beaumont will be back next year.
Yeah.
And because they're hurt as well. They're I don't know if you saw their press release.
Oh boy,
yeah, I did.
They're over 6 figures in debt.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough.
Due to this,
no, just overall. I think it's been.
I think this was the exclamation
tough year, but this was with the weather that really hurt them. So, but as being outdoor producers, it's kind of scary the way our weather's been changing. Like all outdoor events, right? Like everybody's is, I think, a little nervous now putting an outdoor event on because we don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Wow, what's the state of summer going to be in the foreseeable future?
Fringe Festival's coming up here, like. What's our August going to be like? Maybe August will be beautiful. And we don't have
beautiful. You don't know
any storms, right? We don't know. Or we get the same kind of thing and it affects Fringe Festival. And
that makes me sad, you guys.
Of course, we've got the, the Heritage Festivals back at Horlack Park this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's scary.
Yeah, who knows what Heritage Fest is going to be like tonight, when the rainstorm comes in, who knows?
I think everybody, as we have been, or, you're looking at options to, what do we do next year? You got to have that plan B in place. Like I said, we were really lucky this year. We got away with those two weather events, and
then the rest of the weekend was awesome.
The weather was awesome, but what would we have done if it had come in and it was stayed for 2 hours and destroyed our site? We lost a couple of tents from our people over our festival.
So the Friday, Saturday was Ravenwood.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. Sorry. Friday, Saturday was Ravenwood. When was the issue with the Friday night?
Both Friday and the Saturday. So Friday night we had to shut down. Saturday we had to shut down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Friday was the evening before the act, just before the headliner, which is Head by a Century, and then Saturday was the afternoon.
Wow.
But then Head by a Century came on, did an awesome show, and
they came on and just killed it.
Yeah.
Good. I would have loved to have seen them.
Loved it. But anyway, so
they're such a great group, eh?
Oh yeah.
And great group musically, but also a great
people,
like
just great humans,
just nice people,
just great humans. Yeah.
So as we go into now August and all these other festivals, it's like we have to think about it too as an organization. We did have a plan B in place this year, which kind of fell through at the last minute in case we couldn't go outside. But
so let me ask then, as the assistant, sorry to interrupt, as the executive producer of Ravenwood, then had you always had a contingency plan in place, or by virtue of what has been happening this late spring and this summer with the weather, did you put a contingency plan in place this year?
No, we fired it up mainly after Beaumont, I think, because when we really fired up looking for
an indoor space,
for an indoor space. Because when Beaumont canceled, we started thinking we better have something in we were looking into, events can get weather insurance, but it's not cheap. It's weather insurance is very expensive to have as an event. Here's some footage right now that James just had a quick clip up from Ravenwood there. But so we went into plan B mode right after that. And we're looking at an indoor venue. And we virtually kind of had it nailed down until found out that, of course, the indoor venue couldn't give us the bar. and bar is one of our biggest revenue.
Revenue.
Oh, there's some shots there too. So that's during Ravenwood when we had to shut down. So you can see the storm coming in.
Look at that wind, you guys.
Yeah. And the rain,
Holy cow.
That must have been Saturday, right?
the rain was almost going sideways.
Look, oh my OMG.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow.
But then it quit. And we got back with got our other acts on, and Secondhand Dream Car played, and Captain Tractor played, and everybody had a great time, and it went real well.
Wow, that's unbelievable, you guys.
Yeah.
So this contingency plan is now set in place as are you?
Excuse me, Polly, 1 second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
and welcome to the middle of the
Good
podcast.
I love it.
Good catch.
That was
I love
actually
it.
Laura. Thanks,
I
Laura.
love it.
Yeah. So no, it's not.
So this
So-
was just a one-off by virtue of.
But I think, we'll probably be having some discussions before we
Yeah.
get into next year that we have to have again a backup, because again, what happened to Highland Gathering, that could have happened to us.
Oh, yeah.
We could have come in on the Saturday. If we had a storm on the Friday night, we could come in the Saturday and everything was flattened.
You know what's funny? I said this to you off air. I said I saw Highland Gathering photos.
Yeah.
It looked like a war zone.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It looked
So
like
that
an
could-
absolute war
That could
zone.
have happened to us. So,
Yeah.
we're going to have a discussion, obviously, as an organization, to have, again, some sort of backup plan in place, or figure out something. But anyway,
Wow.
as all festivals, I think, are going to have to look at it after this year for sure. More so if they haven't before, they'll really be having.
I
to
mean,
look at it
this
more
year could very
seriously.
well be an anomaly, but
could
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it could very well not be, right?
Right.
We
Right.
don't know.
We don't know.
Right.
And you
So,
err on the side of caution.
yeah,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
the risk of putting on an outdoor event.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
wild.
I think we'll have to be really proactive as an organization, and we'll look at what we're going to do for next year as what that plan B.
We've been
will
very
be.
lucky, man. Oh
We
man,
have
we've
been.
been very lucky over the
The
years.
only one that I can remember is the 2019 downpour. If you guys didn't
Yes.
have that tent, and that was the
Yeah.
year before that, I jumped on.
That
But
just before Captain Tractor.
just
actually went
before
on.
Captain Tractor,
It
and
poured.
that was a freaking downpour, baby.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that tent, it would. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that like it was yesterday.
So anyway, as we said, now we're obviously into August. Maybe the weather will be better.
Yeah, we're gonna
lots of
have
things
fall
happening in
until the
August.
24th of December.
Yeah, watch. There'll be
I'm okay with
no
that.
snow and
No snow.
I'm
that'd be
okay with
awesome.
that.
yeah.
And then on
I'm
the
good with that.
24th of December, a little bit of snow. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
That is my dream come true. Cutting my grass on December 24th, dude. I love it. It's great.
Hey, what year was it that I went golfing on Boxing Day?
Yep.
Well, I
Can't
used to
remember.
live in Vancouver for a while, and so I know what it's like to have a Christmas, be out for Christmas, and there's no snow on the
Oh,
ground.
no
it's green
snow, yeah.
grass.
Well, here when I was a kid, I remember we had no snow on December 25th, 24th. There was no snow. It was great. I
No,
loved it.
the 1 year it never snowed until January 4th.
I remember that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I went. I was St. Albert Golf Course. I think it was. Yeah, we went.
Open.
We went golfing
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Boxing Day. It was like crazy.
On topic, off topic, the best Christmas I ever had was in Cuba.
Yeah.
I mean, it really was. I mean, I didn't have to shovel no snow. I wasn't wearing big parkas. I wasn't,
Yeah.
so-
But and it's hard to believe again that here we are, August 1st already. Like, where's time?
Oh my God!
You
I
know,
don't
it's
talk
the
about
old
it.
thing,
It's
like we
crazy,
say.
man.
When you're planning for Ravenwood, you're waiting and okay, it's coming. We got to get stuff done. It's coming. All of a sudden, it's there and it's done.
Done.
We're
Yeah,
Just like
finished.
that.
But we still have all of August, and I'm okay with that. Like for me, July went like, well, it come and gone. Like it was like I
Yeah.
blinked and I missed it, right? Because I was so busy. So I'm sort of taking this into, and obviously with all the weather being as it was, I'm taking it the fact that we still have a month of summer. September's here are traditionally beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So all is not lost, my friends.
Oh, no, I see.
I think we're
It's
okay.
we'll see how it all goes for sure. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's just the old thing of time just seems to be flying so quickly, right? Here
Yeah.
we're in August already. My grandson has to go in and toward the last week of August and sign up for all his high school classes, get his locker, all that kind of stuff.
Which high school
Yeah.
you went to?
Salisbury.
He's going to Sal, yeah.
So he's got to do that. So that's all going to be happening in the next 2.5, 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
ready for
That's
school.
exciting.
And,
That's exciting.
and of course, then into September, and away we go.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch to look forward to, and summer is not over.
Yeah.
I'm doing Heritage Days this weekend. I'm very excited to
well.
be doing Heritage
Where are you
Days.
going today?
No, not today. I think we're gonna go
Tomorrow?
Monday. I think
Or
we're gonna go
Monday? Yeah.
Monday. I
Yeah.
think
So
we're gonna
again,
go.
fingers crossed weather
Yeah.
holds well for them as well, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because those are little pop-up tents. Like those are
Well,
up and down in 10
10
minutes.
yeah.
I.e., those are not durable tents.
Yeah,
You know, so
Yeah.
you
So it'll
know,
be good. And
wear your
then
hard hats, friends.
today, of course, the big football game. So hopefully it'll stay good for that.
Yeah.
30,000 plus people there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that will be
When's it on?
5 o'clock today.
5?
At Commonwealth. Yeah.
5 bells.
Well, if they're predicting that storm, I wonder when that's coming in.
Well, they're saying the last I heard was around dinner time, possibly.
That's what I heard.
But again, it changes so quickly, right? And I haven't looked at a radar or anything today to see. And who knows? Maybe it'll just pass us and not touch us at all. Or if it hits, well, fingers crossed, it's not bad.
You know, it was funny because when I was in Alaska, we had relatively good weather the whole time, but the day that we were taking the day cruise to the Kenai Fjords, it was bad weather. It was blowy, windy, cold.
So the cruise was a little rocky.
So, well, what they did is they said, "Hey, you can decide to cancel and come another day, and we'll honor that, or we're still going out. We don't know how we might have to preempt the cruise, but we're still going out. You could take a chance to come out with us. We might have to preempt, or we might have a full day." We went out, and it was the highlight of my trip.
Oh,
It was the highlight of my trip.
Nobody
You guys,
got seasick?
well, not well. Funny that you say that. Not in our group, but you're darn right. Over to the left in that far corner, the whole table was wiped out, and they had their
All over
all over, and these big scrawny guy, or big burly guy, black leather vest, hair out to here,
over the
and
railing.
he is laid right out the whole trip, eh?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you, sir, did not prepare. And it was their whole party. I think there was a party of 3 there, and it was all laid out. But that was the only ones. I was upstairs. I didn't see. And downstairs, the boat was packed. So I don't think a lot of people canceled. But
Yeah.
I've always been of the opinion that you can't let weather you stop Mother Nature. What you do your thing.
Yeah.
Do you? I've never said no due to a weather consideration. Be it concert, be it cruise, be it whatever. I've never.
Yeah.
And it ended up probably being my favorite day. Cold as hell, wet as hell, but fantastic.
But good. Nice.
So
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, it's
can't let weather bug you.
Yeah, you're right. And again, it could be, like you said, Cliff, an anomaly, and it doesn't happen this way, or if it continues to happen this way, then everybody's going to really be looking at, all festivals are going to be making contingency plans to figure out what are they going to do. Like, how do you do an outdoor festival if you end up canceling or whatever?
So
right?
Are outdoor festivals in jeopardy then?
I wouldn't say they're in jeopardy per se. I think it's just everybody that does an outdoor festival, because there's been so many events affected this year, like the one, even like this neon festival that they do at the Rogers Ice District downtown, which is their first year. They had to cancel their headliner, Kesha, and they had to evacuate that.
I never even heard of that festival.
It was first year for it. So just so many events have been affected this year. I think more so than in the past, where we've had so many cancellations of performers having to be canceled, and K-Days canceled too, their headlining nights, etc. Right? That it makes you think. So we'll definitely be looking at.
So then, what happens with insurance?
It goes up and up and up.
Yeah. So even things like weather insurance, which is so expensive now, will probably be even higher.
Yeah. And it's funny, Podlie, they go on a basis of different aspects of the weather. So against wind, against rain.
Well, December versus August, and
no, but they actually go like even for one insurance system in let's say in spring or in July. It's the premiums and the numbers are based on, okay, well, if it's windy, but if you don't get insured, but okay. Yeah.
It's just going to keep going up.
It's just going to
100%. 100%. And to your point, premiums are more expensive in December and let's say, for example, August than they are in March. And
well, it's funny that last year Terry Wickham, who runs Edmonton Folk Fest, this was last year, I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about weather insurance then, because they had talked about, we had some bad weather last year, but nothing like this. But imagine if Folk Fest, as you know, or the crowd if they get hit with a huge storm,
Holy cow!
and they got to evacuate, 15,000, some people or whatever. That's a lot of work, and there's a lot of infrastructure there that could get damaged with stages and tents, etc. So last year he was talking about how they had last year, I think, was the first year they actually put weather insurance into place for the Folk Fest.
Can't imagine what that cost.
Well,
Can
because
you
he did
imagine?
he did say that he feels for smaller festivals like us and other festivals, who he said the problem is the small festivals aren't going to be able to afford it.
Can't
Like
afford
he
it.
said,
No.
for them it was a huge cost, but
Yeah.
they also felt they had to put it in place, and I'm sure it got in place this year because of especially what happened this year, or what's been happening this year.
Yeah,
Like if the Folk Fest got hit, wow, that would be major.
it's crazy.
You guys, I can't even. I'm just picturing Folk Fest, the main stage, the hill.
Yeah.
I can't even. I can't even imagine.
Your tree fell over.
Well,
If a tree
talking
falls
about
in the
storms.
If a tree falls in the forest, can anyone hear?
Did it make a noise? Well,
It did not.
I had a Folk Fest meeting this week for my team, my group, and there are contingency plans for Folk Fest.
Yeah.
I don't know what those plans are. I shudder to think
Yeah, it would be a mess.
what
for
could
sure.
potentially
And
happen.
they have had rain at Folk
but-
Fest before, but it's never been where they've had to evacuate, right?
Yeah.
Or cancel or pull the plug. So,
Yeah. Wow, wild.
but it's. Laura's talking about the comedy festival, and so they were trying to send people into the Kinsman Center, where they were telling people to go shelter in place. But then people were going there and saying there was no room, like they couldn't get in, like it filled up really quick.
Filled up. Yeah.
And so then people were upset because there was nowhere for them to go shelter during that festival.
And I think that's something that nobody seems to be talking about. They're talking about canceling headliners. They're talking about canceling the show. They're talking about this, talking about that. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, I think we need a contingency plan. When we say shelter in place, what does that mean? When we say we're going to put this on hold because we think the storm is going to go, what does that mean? And where are you going to go? Where are the contingency plans if the weather actually goes really sour? Right? Because if you look at what happened with the Kinsman, they say, oh, we'll just go shelter in place at the Kinsman. Well, I can't get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now what? So I think in terms of moving forward for festivals and all outdoor activities, I think not instead, but in conjunction with looking at, canceling and having insurance and all these other things, I think we need to put in place good protocols for the audience members, for those coming to the festival. As in, if this does happen, what should you do? Right. And I think we have to make a protocol system in place. Like, let's say for just us, speaking about just us, Ravenwood, right? I think we need to put a protocol in place that says, hey, listen, we're at Broadmoor Lake Park. This is what it is. Should this happen, this is what your first thing is. This is what your second thing is, etc. Right?
My question is, and I agree with you 100%. My question is there going to be the same contingency plans for events at Broadmoor Lake Park as there are in Commonwealth Stadium and as there are at Kinsman Fieldhouse, i.e. bigger events, bigger spaces?
Yeah, but I guess my point is that right now the conversation doesn't revolve around that. Right now the conversation revolves around what acts are getting canceled, what are we going to do, how are we going to ensure the product, etc., etc., etc. But I don't think anybody that I've heard of is actually talking about the festival goer.
Yeah, because if you look at like Taste of Edmonton or like where do people go to shelter in place?
Right.
There?
So if you got that, then where
like
do you
the
go?
Comedy Fest, other than Kinsman, like where else do you go? There's nowhere else to go. It's a big open field.
Right. And if you're in the stadium, where do you go? I mean, today during the football game,
you go to the concourse, but like they said with Post Malone, that became a disaster. People were crushed. People were getting wet. People were fighting. Like it was.
So that's my point. My point is that we can have a conversation about everything to do with the festival and the organizers and what we're supposed to do as far as insurance and everything else goes. But the fact of the matter is, the conversation should also revolve around the festival goer and how are we going to ensure that they're safe in situations such as this.
Yeah.
And I guess the conversation, I hesitate to ask this question, but I guess the question then for me becomes, is it going to be case by case, i.e. it's going to be contingency plans
Well,
for each organizer, or are we going to have to legislate these?
Well, it has to be case by case because
I
everybody's
think
in a
so.
different venue, right? So it's really based on your venue to everybody's venue is different, right? So you got to figure out with that venue where are people going to go? Where are they going to like our most of our people went into the big large tents, which those large tents are safe, other than if the winds get really high, then they're not a good place to be.
And here's the thing, Bill, is that we talked one year about maybe not having that big tent. Do you remember that? Because it's not cheap.
The 2019 we had the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not cheap. It's not cheap
No.
for smaller venues, but it almost seems like you have to have that now. You have to take on that expense, that extra expense.
Yeah, it's that was expensive for sure. We lucked out in that like you said, that Friday night it downpoured, but again it didn't affect the festival per se because we were inside the tent. Some water came in on the ground and stuff, but it didn't stop the show from going, right? Whereas now as all festivals are fully outdoor, other than Rainmaker Rodeo in St. Albert does theirs inside a big tent.
Well, that's because they're gonna make rain.
That's because every year it rains. So they use actually the big tent that we used in 2019. That's what they use in St. Albert for their festival every year. So they're always good. I don't think they've ever canceled that festival due to rain and weather because it's inside the tent, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But yeah, you're right. Like with the audience, it's tough because every venue is different. Like Kinsman, if Kinsman Fieldhouse fills out, like you said, where does everybody go? If
it's just not part of the
Taste
conversation.
of Edmonton, like where does everybody go? Like Laura mentions, K-Days people were going into Expo Center, which you could go into. Expo Center had a bunch of flooding happening though as well.
Oh, is that true?
Water was coming under the doors. And we were I went to a pre-K-Days event that I get invited to each year, that Chai and I went to. And so it's a good sized venue to get people into. But if everybody's waiting in like the big kind of lobby area of it would get pretty packed in there for sure. So
it's just not part of the conversation that I've heard anyway about contingency plans for the actual festival goer. And I think that's something. I think if we're going to have these weather conditions moving forward, I'm hoping it's just an anomaly, but if we're going to have these weather conditions moving forward, I think that should be one of the primary conversations.
Well, it also happened, Riverhawks, the baseball team they got hit with one of the big major storms too, and our neighbors go, and everybody they had to move to the top of the stadium, and you could just see the rain was going sideways through the ballpark, and there's really nowhere else for people to go except kind of up at the top of the stadium and kind of in the concourse level there. And that stadium is not big either for the concourse and place.
I think we need a giant dome over Edmonton.
That's
biodome,
a big
old biodome,
huge dome,
a big huge dome.
Yeah, and then you can do all the festivals outdoors. Wow. Never worry that you're going to get rained out or canceled.
And any problem, you just push a button and we need the Star Trek shield.
Yeah.
Boy, I hope people like you just continue with your outdoor festival, and I just hope that whatever happened this summer is a one-off, and B, it's not going to be
a temporary dome that can put over a whole festival.
Well, I hope it's still going to be financially viable after everybody crunches the numbers from all the.
I think for Broadmoor Lake Park, our festival particularly, I think they need to open up SAL and say that, hey, in contingency plans, SAL is open to all your patrons.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Cliff. That's a good idea,
right? Because that way you just open up the school and you say, hey, here's your shelter right here.
Yeah, that's a good option for sure. But things to look at as well as festivals have talked about. We've been pretty lucky with our suppliers, but the cost going up, production costs going up every year. Beaumont was saying, their production costs went up 40% over and above last year.
Are you seeing that number too?
Nope. We've been pretty good with our suppliers, though. I've done pretty good work with keeping them where we need to be. But having said all of that, now with these storms, which also can damage equipment, we were lucky there was no damage to the stage at Ravenwood. Of course, the stage gets shut down, generator gets shut off, everything gets lowered down. Wireless handheld mic was the only thing that I think was a casualty.
That was just the one.
It got wet, but it's damage to stages, to tents. So does this mean also now that that's going to cause costs to go up next year as well?
Because, if they have to get insurance, then it's passed on to us.
The big rental staging companies, need to protect their stages, their equipment, and whatever. So if they've lost stuff at all this year at any of the events due to the weather, which could very well happen, they've got to replace it. So now those costs are going to come back to the consumer. So then you look at events again next year, having to pay more money now to have, rental staging companies come out to do all their staging, etc.
Do you assume after this summer, do you assume that to be a foregone conclusion for next year, that everything's going to go up?
I think costs will go up again. Yeah, I think costs will definitely go up again because I work with a lot of as my clients are rental staging dealers in the area, and I can almost guarantee that prices will go up again next year. Now we have certain things in place with our festival, which kind of helps us with that, but with any other festival, you're probably going to see definite increases in costs.
That was kind of a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So anyway, what do we got there? About 5 minutes?
10 minutes
left. 10 minutes. Wow.
I don't know.
Number at the top. So
I know it's hard to see that.
Well, I'm not.
It's going to be an interesting 2027. I think will be interesting. We'll see how the rest of this month goes. Like I said, August might be beautiful, and there's no effect to Fringe or Heritage or any other festival.
Well, everything seems to have been pushed forward over the last number of years, right? I mean, remember we used to plan a garden, the long weekend.
Oh, that was when you planned, right?
Right, that was when you planned.
Now,
but now everything's been pushed forward. So I'm in my optimistic mind, I'm thinking fall is going to go till the 24th of December, right? And then winter will start in January and maybe go till end of May, June again. I think everything get pushed forward.
And we just don't have a spring.
Do you think?
And we just don't have a spring. Well, listen, if you're going to give up one season, right? I mean, winter's it's kind of a magical season in so many ways. But I mean, I don't want to give up fall. Fall is my favorite season. So I guess spring.
And who knows what'll happen? Do we get, last year we got pretty good dumps of snow here and there. I don't think we've been getting and we've talked, I think, about this before on the podcast. I don't think we've got as much snow as we used to get here.
Agreed.
Down east gets way more now than we,
agreed.
Like I said, I remember growing up as a kid and snow being up to your shoulders.
It was
Not
crazy.
That I'm tall, but it was crazy. But since that, we don't get as much snow here. And then I hear about my cohorts, my team members who live out in Toronto and stuff, and coming out to their driveway that's above their head in the morning. Whereas here we're not getting as much snow anymore. So who knows what it'll be like this year.
So basically we're moving later in the year and further east. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah, and for the east. So it's interesting for sure. So
I don't know. I mean, I think in my mind, if we have a really good fall, a nice long steady autumn, I think that'll make up for everything.
Well, you got to think too, our concert promoters and organizers going to shift.
That's what I would say.
Their summer contingency plans and making it a fall concert festival.
I think we should move school to start in January. And I think school should get out in end of July.
Yep.
And the 2.5 months, whatever the case be, takes us to,
yeah.
I think we should just move everything. Move the school year, start in January. Besides, what is this with the school year, September to June? Why the heck not January to December?
You're not
like,
wrong.
I don't understand.
You're
right?
not
So,
wrong.
So in my mind, I think that's what we should do. I think we should just rearrange and readjust and realign everything that we need to do. And basically start school in January 1st. Well, let's say the 2nd, because the first holiday, blah, blah, blah. And then we just move everything around. And then we have all our festivals in August and September and October.
Well, when we started the Music Society in Ravenwood, so back in 2018, before we had our first one, there was multiple discussions about holding the festival in September.
September,
Not during the summer, because of course at that point the discussion was competition. Because there's stuff happening every weekend, right? And we thought, well, is it going to work for us to be competitive against all these other festivals that happen, throughout the summer. So it was seriously discussed.
Has that crossed your mind, Bill?
Looking at doing it in September. It's been brought up on a couple of occasions about
the first weekend in September won't work though.
No,
too many people are
school.
Well, they're getting ready. It's kind of the last long weekend, and everybody's getting ready for school and getting prepped for that, right? So,
and why does school start on the 20th of August now? Didn't school always start after Labor Day?
Right,
used to. A lot of schools do start up now. I think with Beckett's, with Salisbury, they don't start till after Labor Day, but they of course do their pre, as with any high school. Because I remember going early, so they'll go do their pre-registration locker stuff.
My first school shoot is the 20th. of August.
Is that right? Wow.
You got to be kidding me!
That's
Really?
crazy.
Where's
Really?
that?
Oh, I don't know which school it is, but
Wow.
20th, 21st.
Well, that's helpful.
Sorry.
You have a
I
school
can-
shoot
well,
on August
I
20,
think they're
and you don't
I
even know where
can-
you're
I
going.
think the kids' first
I
day
can
in
look it up.
I think the kids' first day in Metro's like the 24th or 26th or something. I
Of
think it's
August?
26th
It's
of
crazy.
August.
Sorry.
I
Yeah, I
always
think so.
thought my recollection was always that
Doesn't it
school
have-
started after Labor Day.
That's
and our producer may know better, but it doesn't have something to do with PD days and things like that. Like they adjusted. I don't know. I don't know
have
how
no idea.
that
Don't
works,
ask
but
me.
yeah.
But yeah, I did like all my life, and even when I started this job, I'm like, yes, 6 weeks off in summer. No,
not so much.
no.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year I haven't even got a day off, let alone 6 weeks off. It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know I don't know when it changed. It kind of crept up. Like I don't remember going, oh, we start after Labor Day. Oh, by the way, now we're going to start August 20th.
Yeah.
It's kind of crept
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just remember as a kid that July and August you're always off. and
You're off, yeah.
September was when you
Well, I
started
didn't have to
school.
worry about school till September. There was
Yeah.
never an August start date for me as a kid.
Yeah. Except
Never.
in high
not
school.
the 29th, not the 31st.
The high
It
school
was
will give you a couple
always
days of
September.
registration.
Yeah.
Well, but in high school was for me because I was a football player, so they started camp in August. So it was
Right.
usually the last couple of weeks we did a we call it
Mm.
training camp or whatever in August for the football players. So we were always in school in the latter part of August, but not school. We were there for every day for football, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So-
football. and
but
stuff,
it,
yeah.
but otherwise, yeah, you never started classes till after the Labor Day weekend.
Day
That's
weekend,
when
yeah.
classes got back in.
So the 20th we got Saint Andre Bessette, and on the 21st was Equal
So
Secondary
you
in
got two
Beaumont.
school shoots already. Wow.
We got on the 21st is Secondary Beaumont. So Beaumont High
Wow.
School, I'm starting on the 21st.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Archbishop Jordan, Bev Facey, Opaho, more shoots at Beaumont, all on the 24th
You don't
Oh.
do sell?
of Monday. No, I don't do South
Okay.
but then Cliff,
because
does that
they don't like dealing local, I guess.
the 20?
I'm
you
kidding.
said the 20th or the 20? Whatever. 20th,
20th.
21st. Kids are in school
Yeah,
on August 20th.
20th, 21st,
That's
and then it gets
Unbelievable.
streaming busy. 24th, 25th, 26th. I mean,
Wow.
all of it. Archbishop Jordan, Bev Facey,
Wow.
Jasper Place, Emmy Lazert, tons of schools.
Wow.
So this is what I mean. It's unusual. It like to me, it didn't seem like this was the case when I was,
Yeah.
when I was young. I know I was young a long time ago, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
Now you've got me
You're younger than
concerned.
me,
I haven't
Paulie.
even looked. I haven't. Well, but I never remember starting till after Labor Day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. It was the same with me. It was September. We never had an August start date. Never.
Thanks,
William.
that I remember.
Thanks, William. William says, have a great weekend. And yeah, it's that time, I guess. We're down to about 2 minutes left here.
I don't know. Do you guys remember, like you guys on the podcast listening right now, do you guys remember school not starting till after Labor
Yeah.
Day? That's what I always remember.
Yeah.
All righty. Well,
Very
I guess we got to
interesting.
wrap it up for this Saturday.
Do you want me to lay a beat down for you to wrap it up?
Just to recap, my friends, after being away for a little while.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week with topic.
We'll be back
Topic.
next Saturday.
Yeah.
This brings us to the end of episode 219.
Episode 2, yeah. And to those of you that showed up to listen to us after this long break, we appreciate that. I say this every Saturday. We never ever not appreciate your time and your presence here is always welcome. And it's nice for engagement and so on and so forth. Please do come back next Saturday.
Yeah, make sure again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you get subscribed. Do that and get your friends to subscribe as well, so we can build up our YouTube channel. And yeah, we look forward to be 220 next week, and
220.
we'll come. We didn't have any advertising this past week either, so we'll get the event and everything set up for this upcoming week as well.
We're back to the swing of things.
All right, everybody, have a great week. Enjoy, and hopefully there's no rain and no storms, and hopefully we're done.
Be safe, everybody.
Right. Stay
Yeah.
happy.